Oh my god. Seriously. I'm shocked. This episode of Agatha All Along, which of course I'm talking about episode 5, was so shocking. While I was watching it, I was like, is this a real episode? Because not only was it 24 minutes, I mean, knowing the story, you know exactly why it's 24 minutes, but so much happened in those 24 minutes that boosted the story more than the previous 4 episodes that were about 30 to 40 minutes could have. So let's just review it at this point. Now, of course, we get to see our characters, everybody on the road, and this time we get to see them in a 80s party hangout type wardrobe in this episode. I just can't get enough of the awesome wardrobes that are in every single episode. I'm seriously very excited to see what they have for the next episode. But they're playing with the Ouija board in this episode. Rio wants to kill Agatha at one point because at one point in the episode they have to hurt Agatha in order to win the game, and Rio's ready to freaking like gut her at this point. But some creepy crap happens in this episode that lets you know, hey, viewers, it's October. Let's get you in the spirit of Halloween. So they like have Agatha turn into this zombie, and it's so disturbing. Then we get to see Agatha's mother, which very disturbing as well. We get to see Agatha's mother possess Agatha herself and control her. And honestly, that's crazy, man. Crazy. And on top of that, we actually get a character death in this episode. So Teen is going crazy in this episode, especially after Alice sacrifices herself to save Agatha, and she ends up dying, which, damn, bro, that sucks, because she was always one of my favorite characters in this show so far, and it's very shocking, and I'm loving it. Honestly, they did this with Mrs. Hart. Her death was sad, and Alice's death is no different. It was devastating, but the teen gets real character arc in this episode, like, went from respecting Agatha to disrespecting her and almost basically killing her and the entire group themselves, because like after Alice's death, all of a sudden Teen has a power and makes Leah and Agatha and Rio and Jennifer all disappear into this mud-like substance. Just early in the episode, they were having fun with big tree logs, using them as witches' brooms, which very Halloweenish, by the way, witches' brooms. But it's just so crazy, this episode, man. I think, yes, this is definitely my favorite episode out of all of them so far, and I think it's gonna remain that way, because honestly I am really excited to see where this story goes, like the aftermath of Alice's death and the rest of our characters getting drowned in mud. And it looks like we finally found our villain for the series, the Teen, and I'm fine with that. Teen makes a great villain, and I honestly did not see this twist coming, you know. Obviously once Alice was dead, I'm like, okay, he's gonna snap and he's gonna like kill Agatha or something. But no, he just drowned everybody in mud. But I'm seriously wondering how this story is gonna continue. Like, what journey is our remaining heroes gonna have to go on to get back to the road and defeat Teen, because now Teen is our villain. But this episode was just a masterpiece, honestly. I think I enjoyed this episode as much as I would enjoy an episode of Loki. And that's hard to say, because Loki is a masterpiece, a Marvel masterpiece. And this show is really coming up there, man. It really is. But I'm really excited for future episodes. This episode, obviously, by the way I'm talking about it, gets a 10 out of 10. Very shocking stuff happens in this episode. And the Ouija board scene, that entire segment, was really, really fun. And honestly, now our wardrobe for Teen with his little crown and stuff is really awesome. And also we get, at the beginning of this episode, we get to see our demons again, at least a different variant, and they come out the ground and freaking crickle and crackle, and it's so very disturbing, honestly. Like, it keeps going, man. It's October. What's next? Honestly, freaking Chucky coming out of the ground? Like, what's going on here? But yeah, overall, this is a 10 out of 10 episode, 100%. I loved it very, very much, and I'm seriously very excited to see where the remaining story takes us, because this show is going all the way till October 31st, which will have an episode 8 and 9 premiere, so a 2-part finale, which is really neat. We don't have school the next day, yay! But overall, man, this episode was just a masterpiece. It stood out from all the others and was just perfect. And that's hard to say, man, because Marvel shows are very hard to say that, but this episode of Agatha was just so pleasing, honestly. I bet everybody who watched it thinks that this is their favorite episode. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about Agatha All Along episode 5. Bye, guys.